Hello, welcome to Soulprint Intuitive Tarot. Today is January 18th. This is the second video I'm releasing today. Some of you may or may not have seen my little community message that went out. A couple of things first. One, there was some confusion about the pendulum on the video that was released earlier today. My pendulum is programmed to go side to side for when it's ready to talk. It goes back and forth for yes, goes round and round for no. I mixed up my yeses and nos when I was describing how it would move. The pendulum is programmed, so even if I get the words wrong, um, the pendulum knows what it's doing. Secondly, the person who was so concerned about the fact that I mixed up the words that wanted to ensure that I wasn't practicing witchcraft, you need to chill out, okay? Now, I have been asked by Spirit to pass along a message pertaining to the current energies because right now, particularly in the United States, but it goes beyond the United States. We've got that ruckus thing going on between Russia and Ukraine. Okay, and it's not a ruckus, it's a big deal, but you get my point. There's like all of this like sort of toxic swirling energy. There's just issues and problems around the globe. And unfortunately for the people living in the United States, they honestly seem to be there's a good number of them and a lot of energy that's being sent and emanated from the chaos in that country. So Spirit has asked me to sort of pass along a message that perhaps gives you a bit of an oversight or some clarity. As you can see, I'm holding my absolutely beautiful one that White Dragon made for me. I just love this thing. And it really does work for me as a very powerful connection tool. So here we go. For those of you who are thinking that this is going to be a typical tarot reading, it is not. It's a direct channeling. So once I start talking, I just talk. And honestly, by the end of it, I'm not really even sure what all I have said. It is direct communication. Okay, here we go. We're very grateful at this time to have an opportunity to pass along what we believe is some needed insight, guidance, and support to those of you who are currently being challenged by the turbulent energies, activities, and behaviors that are going on the planet. This is not the first time your planet Earth has engaged in this kind of energy challenge. We do not use the word war. We don't like the word war. So understand that's not something you're going to hear. But it's definitely a very, very challenging time. And a lot of that energy, that toxicity seems to be emanating, not exclusively, but certainly a large contributor is the country of the United States. Now, this is not, as we said, the first time Earth as a planet has had to struggle with this type of energy challenge. There was Atlantis, there was Lemuria. In the final analysis, when you look at the destruction and eventual sort of elevation of those civilizations, it really did come down to um, a disagreement, a fight, if you will, for the energies that would prevail on the earth during that time frame. And sadly, in both cases, the more negative or lower vibration, lower consciousness thought patterns were allowed to succeed. And hence, you ended up with the destruction of a civilization. Those lower conscious energies certainly are things like greed and power, um, and sort of a self-absorbed and self-contained kind of reality. It is about those people, that energy that want power, and money at all costs with very little care or consideration to the greater whole. You have leaders in place in many countries who, of course, are of that mindset. You in the United States recently had one of those types of people elected out of office. But the struggle continues. Now, it was karma. It was part of the karmic evolution of the planet as a result of the actions of previous generations. And as you are well aware, the definition for karma is a reaction to an action. So it was always necessary that there be a return to this sort of eternal struggle between higher and lower vibration consciousness, thoughts of the greater good versus thoughts of self. So you are now re-entering or entering that same energy again. There is that same sense of sort of, good versus evil, all for me or for the greater good. The struggle is real. It is vital that the earth and the people of the earth understand that this is the time that you are in. This is not just some sort of glitch, um, political glitch, and while astrology plays a significant role, it goes back farther than 200 or more years in terms of a cycle. This is a very large period of time cycles. Lemuria and Atlantis were a long time ago. The earth was destined to return to this struggle to see if the better, higher vibrational resolution could be achieved. That is part of the reason that there are so many light workers on the planet right now, because the struggle was destined. Because it was destined, this time, those beings who had to watch the fall of these civilizations, and while we're talking about that, we are also talking about the destruction of civilizations on other planets that has been caused by that same behavior, energy, and attitude. So, as it was determined that the earth would go through this struggle, more and more souls who carry lightworker energy were determined to come back and try to help balance the energy so that those lower vibrational energies would not win against the higher consciousness, higher vibrational energies. And this is literally the struggle that is going on now. So you need to understand in a basic way that this is not about one political party versus another. It is not, a democracy versus dictatorship or any other form of government. This is a far bigger, powerful energy. So the reason that the light workers have sort of gathered, and they have been coming for a very long time, some of them already are in their 7th and 8th decade, but they were the flowers, they were the foundation that allowed generational light workers to come into place. Light workers who are in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s and beyond are here because they are carrying the wisdom and the understanding of how to hold the light, how to not get trapped and caught up in the fear and the worry and the anxiety, which of course, unfortunately, will amplify those energies. And that tends to feed into, again, that sort of lower consciousness kind of energy. So you are in a period of time right now where there is so much potential for a new earth, a new attitude, a new way of experiencing life on the earth to be created. You are in a place where the future is just a breath away. You are also in the same place where you are a breath away from civilization as you know and understand it to deteriorate to a point where ultimately, once again, civilization is destroyed. Now, the spirit, the soul, of course, is not indestructible, and that energy will live on. You will, be reborn. You will go into another life. But what we are talking about is a much, much bigger picture than an individual and their life journey or their karmic pattern. So it's really important that you understand that this is a challenge that has not been successfully accomplished before. But this time, the, the, the difference is that there are so many, many more light workers who are out there who are shining their light. Now, let us explain about light workers. Light workers is anyone who whose soul stands within the light. Anyone who is able to share the higher vibrations of light energy. It could be a healer, it could be an astrologer, it could be an intuitive, it could be an empath, it could be someone who doesn't do or even believe any of that stuff, but who has a powerful ability to pray, someone who has a powerful ability to envision a better space and place than where you are right now. There is not one prescribed type that is going to be able to propel the earth to a brighter and more light-filled conclusion than has previously been the past. It is a collective, and it is a collective of people. Again, whether they have the awareness of the actual struggle that the planet is in right now, or they don't have that awareness, it doesn't matter. It is about the people with high frequency vibrations not giving up hope. It is about staying in that place of gratitude, of love, hope. It is not getting kind of dragged into the chaos. It is about letting go of the need for, the need for my way to be the only way. It is about bringing that higher light field vibration to the planet. You are on a precipice of change, and it is whichever direction the planet goes in, and the people, and again, the people of the planet control the direction the planet goes in. It is not going to be as it is now. You can take this civilization, and this civilization is all the people upon the earth, to a higher vibration where love and balance, hope, clarity reign and govern the decisions and the choices that are made. Or the other direction is a planet where whatever, the assets of the planet are continued to strip. They're stripped, they're destroyed. The people become so wrapped up in one of two. Either they are so driven by greed and possession and money and status, or they are the group of people who watch in horror as this destruction of great hope takes place. We bring you this message to help you understand that even though in this moment it does not feel like the light is winning, we want you to know that the light is winning. You haven't won the race, not by a long shot, but you are at least not falling behind. We implore you, if you are a light worker of any means and description, you need to work very hard at keeping your vibrational energy high. You need to share that high vibrational energy in your day-to-day world. Sometimes all it takes is a smile at a stranger. Sometimes all it takes is saying, "Thank you, I really appreciate that." Sometimes all it takes is saying, "I'm really grateful for." Those are the energies that become more and more light filled the more and more of them they are. You are not failing as a civilization, but nor are you in the clear. And so in this time where it feels as if the lower vibrational energy has got such a grip on power that it's difficult to see the way forward, we are here to assure you that the way forward, in fact, does exist, and that collectively there is a movement towards that greater power, that higher ideal. There is so much that this planet can have and be and accomplish in that higher consciousness energy. It can become a place where the souls who are here happily live their journey and accomplish their goals in a energy of understanding, of peace, of harmony, of clarity. It is a place where people will know their purpose and will happily engage in that purpose. It can be a place where where the weakest among us are not left behind, but are encouraged, that are fed, not only tangibly, but emotionally and energetically, to join the large collective. So literally no soul is left behind. And where those who of lower vibration exist, they are surrounded by that which is of higher, more light-filled energy, and they will slowly but slowly lessen their grip on the darker energies. Do not give up hope. Do not lose your light. Do not grow weary and say, "I can't do this anymore. I can't stay engaged anymore." You must. You must. This is your civilization that is at risk here. This is about filling the world with brilliant, loving, compassionate light and drawing all together, because in reality, you really are on a rock in the middle of the universe, hurling through space, albeit in an orbit, but you're still hurling through space. For those people in the United States, this applies across the board, but specifically for those people in the United States who are becoming fatigued, understand that the old lower vibrational energy is slowly but surely being enveloped by the higher and brighter consciousness and light. When that happens, lower vibrational energies. And the people who stay in that space, they tend to push back, they tend to fight back, because their existence, as they know it, as they are comfortable with it, as they want it to be, is slowly becoming less. And because it is becoming less, they fight the harder to hold on to it. So understand, you're winning the struggle. But there are going to be people, places, times where you can question whether they are ultimately not going to win. What is different from all the other times is that so many souls have chosen to be on the planet doing the light work, of which the vast majority of you absolutely are. You may not think you're special or what you do is particularly empowering, but it absolutely is. Because your souls sparkle with the light and the energy of divine love. We hope that this has been helpful, that it has been encouraging, and that we have brought some awareness to not only why what is going on, but how to navigate the energies that each of you finds yourself confronting and dealing with on a day-to-day ongoing basis. You have all the support of the divine, for it is the higher wish that the highest good can be accomplished for the planet Earth at this time. It is time for the light to move beyond and above. Now, light cannot exist without dark, and dark cannot exist without light. But it has become so unbalanced, and it needs to be put back into a place where the human being and the human condition is birthed, is has its foundation in that place of light. We hope that you are able to receive this message with the love that it is sent with, that our intention to provide insight and encouragement has been reflected in the words we have spoken, and that your heart and your soul hear this message in a way that allows you to perhaps recharge and know that light is eternal and it does not die. So the work you do ultimately joins with that other energy, and it becomes a powerful, powerful force. Thank you for listening to this message. Thank you for your work. We watch over you, we stand close, and we are always available to assist you in whatever way is required. You have simply to ask. Okay, there you go. That's the channel message. For those of you who are new to my channel, or, please don't forget that there's a second Soulprint channel. It is called the Soulprint Insights channel here on YouTube. That channel has a lot of channeled messages, and that channel has a lot more information on the place that we're in right now energetically, And so if you have not yet, I do invite you to look for the Soulprint Insights channel and check out some of the videos that are on that channel. They can bring you a great deal of clarity and insight. I thank you so much for giving me this last 25 minutes of your time. And I hope that it lightens your heart and eases your burden, because indeed, right now it's a heavy one to carry. But there is no force greater than the force of light. Until next time, take care. Be well. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.